Hello, 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 everyone. I hope that you are doing awesome, awesome, awesome today. And not today, all day, every day, all week, this entire week. I just hope that everything has been going good for you. Um, I am excited again to be here with you guys once again for Wine Down Wednesdays. And yes, your girl does not have any wine in her hand or any beverage in a wine glass for that matter. But anyway, we're not even going to worry about that. So we are well into fall. So I hope things are falling into place for you. Hopefully you are ready and registered to vote. Hopefully you are that. We are closing the month, which we were just bringing awareness to breast cancer, domestic violence, and pregnancy and infancy loss. So hopefully you were able to learn more and more about those things because they are very important and it impacts our community a lot more than we realize. So hopefully you have check your tatas and all that good stuff because it's important to check your tatas and make sure you get all of that straight. Hopefully you're checking on someone and you've learned to recognize the signs of domestic violence. And I hope you are also praying and just keeping those who may have suffered from like the loss of their child, miscarriage, or any of that stuff, that they're making it because I know that's hard for them. Um, I know quite a few people who have, and I know for some of them it's hard to deal with, trying to be able, to have a kid or carrying a kid for a long term and then not being able to like the kid does not make it. And I mean, that's just heartfelt. I pray for them all the time. But I want you to be aware of that because there's a lot of that happens. And for our mental stability when that happens, because it impacts, like I said, it impacts our community. But before I continue going, let me go ahead and introduce myself to those who may not know me. I am Jovita, and I help boss women overcome their challenges so that she can reduce stress, find time for herself, and live a life of abundance. My overall mission is to empower women to live confident, authentic lives unapologetically. So tonight, I want to talk about something that's important, and hopefully you are paying attention, but your vote matters. Sometimes we think that our vote only matters in the big presidential election, but it's on the local levels where real change starts to happen. And so you have to pay attention to your local elections. It's just as important to vote in your local elections as it is in the presidential election. I know that there are some states who have a governor race that's going on right now. And so hopefully you have done your research and you have decided on a candidate, or if you're anything like me, you're still doing your research and haven't decided on your candidate on just anything right now. Hopefully, if you have referendums or something like that. I can't even think of the word right now. But hopefully you are, reading that stuff and understanding and really paying attention to how it's written because how those things are written really dictate how it's going to be interpreted. So I do want you to be aware of that. And like I said, I hope everyone is registered to vote. I think if you aren't, it may be too late. And for those who do not want to actually go to the poll, I'm sure that early voting has started in a number of states all across the country. So go ahead and exercise that. Exercise your right because it's our right to vote. There was a time where people didn't even have the right to vote, you guys. So really think about that, how important that is, because there were some people who fought. Our community fought for the right to vote. There were people who helped join in that mission to make sure that everyone was treated equally. Everyone had an equal voice, equal say in everything. And I know there are some cases where they redraw district lines and all that good stuff to stop the vote or get the vote to go a certain way. But I just want you guys to really get out there and exercise your right to vote. I'm always saying that, you really have no right to complain if you didn't vote. Even if your vote doesn't, like, if the person you vote for or whatever it is you voted for did not pass or did not go your way, you voted. So at that point, I think you can have every right to say whatever you want to say. But if you ain't voting, don't complain about the issues because you ain't voting to change anything. You're not making your voice be heard. You're not doing anything. So I do highly encourage you guys to go out to the vote. Go out to the vote. Go out to the polls to vote and just really, really pay attention to your local elections. I know people are campaigning as best as they can, right? With the information they have and with, with COVID and all of that. But I encourage you really and truly go out there and vote. There are things that are out there on the line. Women's rights, I think, is really out there on the line. Just the right for a woman to do whatever it is she wants to do to her body. That's on the line in some states. I think voters' rights might be on the line in some states as well. So just really pay attention and get the right people in place on the local level so you can impact change there. Because once you impact change on the local level, it's going to rise and keep going up. But focus on the local level because that impacts you a lot just as much as the presidential elections and all those other big elections. It all impacts you, but the local level really, really and truly does impact you a whole lot. So I was not planning on getting on here and be on here long with you. I just really want everybody to get out there and vote, vote, vote. Next week is election day. Go out there, do your homework, get the stuff together, and just vote, vote, vote. It is your right to vote. And if you don't want to exercise your right, that's on you. I just highly encourage you to exercise your right to vote and put the right people in the place that's going to serve you in the purposes that you need. Because you can put anybody in office because people talk a good game. You can put anybody in office, but make sure you put the best candidate that is going to serve you and your family. That's my only advice for you guys. I thank you for joining me tonight. That's all I have. Next week, yeah, I should be here next week for another edition of Wind Down Wednesdays. I think not sure exactly what my topic is going to be, but I'm probably doing a good little series because I think there's a lot of things that comes in the month of November that we should be grateful for, thankful for, and just be more appreciative of what's going on and more aware of the different things that impacts our community. All right. So thank you guys. I will see you next week. Oh, before I go, if anyone wants to just give me a gift for my birthday, I have started a fundraiser for endometriosis on my Facebook page. So please go and donate to that, and I will be forever grateful. Help me celebrate my birthday by donating to finding a cure for endometriosis, or not even finding a cure, finding ways to diagnose it sooner rather than later. All right. Thank you guys. Love you guys. And I will see you next week for Wind Down Wednesdays with your girl Jovita. Bye.